Well, it's July 2nd and we're going to do our little monthly walk through the garden. The asparagus fern is tall and lush. Our first earliest greenhouse is really starting to come along well. This is Geronimo. Here's our second sowing of cucumbers and squash. Look, lettuce seedlings here. Lettuce plants coming along really well here. Swiss chard and the kale and some cabbage. The first sowing of cucumbers and squash. What's been so different about this year is we saw our first cucumber beetle last week, so we've had no cucumber beetle issues. So that's why things are so lush. Here's Early Girl in our second house. We tried Lemon Boy as a yellow tie-up tomato and it's doing really well. These are our September tomatoes. This is our first experiment with tie-up peppers. And they're starting to really get moving. This is our first experience with tie-up eggplant. They're not going quite so well. Outside peppers are starting to come on well. Over here, ageratum, bachelor buttons, and in the background, broomcorn. There's a little ever-bearing strawberry patch so we can enjoy a few berries later into the season. The AC Valley Sunset that we planted out in March is starting to really runner and do very well. These are the All-Star that we had U-pickers in June. The red onions are starting to get some size on them. Shallots over there starting to fall down. We've been harvesting the Walla Wallas. Our first bed of beets is starting to get weedy. We'll probably finish picking this bed for market on Saturday. The garlic is about ready to dig, so that's one of our next projects. Carrots are doing well. We sold some last Saturday, and flame weeding made an awful big difference in the ease with which you can keep the weeds out of these carrots. 3 sowings of beans. The one in the middle is the biggest, and then on the left hand side is the next one, and then the right hand side is the next one. Then we have some more coming up over there. The story of June was very dry in the beginning, and then in the last 2 weeks we had 7.5 inches of rain. So it was difficult to pick our last week of U-picked strawberries, and it kind of bunched up the lettuce. We lost a lot of lettuce last week because of it just rotted, but we got more sowings coming along. Here's a bed of flowers. Second bed of beets, fennel, some marigolds for cutting, row of eggplant. Looks like we're going to get a few blackberries this year, which is good. It's been a tough few years to get blackberries. Raspberries look absolutely marvelous. This is our first bed of cut flowers. I wanted to mention this feverfew here. It's my favorite so far. I think I'm going to abandon the other varieties in favor of this new one. I think it's called Magic Lime. It's from Chonies, and it just doesn't mature very fast. It just holds, and it has this wonderful limey green color. Just absolutely lovely. We might pick a few more beans out of this first bed for this Saturday, then it'll be finished. It's basil. Let's look at some of these lovely zinnias. Wow, colors are amazing. This is Oklahoma mix here. This is a Benary's selection, I think. This is Benary's mix. And there's some sunflowers, and the Soraya's about finished over there. More Benary's mix over there. Towards the fish pond. Fish have disappeared, so maybe they'll be coming back in the next week or two. Maybe they went down in the deep to do who knows what. So here's the perennial garden. Struggle with perennials is keeping the weeds out of them, especially morning glory that wraps itself around the flower. Here's our second cabbage bed, annual flowers. And here's the U-pick strawberry patch, which when it dries out enough we'll till between the rows to keep it all from growing together. And here's the hen house. We finished it just sufficiently to get the hens in and get the fence up. Quite cute. So here's the interior where the girls live. There's the roost. There's the boxes. There's the automatic door. And here are the girls. Here's some of our first cauliflower. There's our first cabbage over there. There's a red cauliflower called Graffiti. But last year we tried red, green, white and yellow. But only the red and the white did well for us. So we gave up on the other two colors and have only planted Graffiti and the white one this year. Here's the chicken run. One of the girls out foraging. And here's the bee yard, all organized after the swarming. Just hoping for some nice warm sunny weather now so they can make some honey. And that about wraps it up for June. Well, July. See you soon.